Hello there, thy sirs and thy lasses. Two kings here. My name is Brandon, and I am just doing another video before I go to bed. So I was reading the comments, and there was two things that There's only like two comments, so there's two things that stuck out to me. One of them was talk about My Hero Academia, and the second one would be what would my stand be. So let's talk about My Hero Academia. The comment didn't actually ask what my stand would be. It just said, show me that stand, but yeah. So, My Hero Academia. I have not completed My Hero Academia. I'm not that far into, okay, we're going to go with spoilers. I'm just going to say it each time so that way people know. So they don't come on and be like, spoilers. Because I told them. There'll be spoilers. So, My Hero Academia, I was pretty much just going to say what my favorite character is, why, what quirk I would kind of like, which I think would be cool, and then I'll end the video with what stand I would have. So, starting with my favorite character is All Might. I understand that's like super, he's a poster kind of character. But the reason why I like All Might isn't because he's the most overpowered fucking guy. The reason why I like All Might is simply because he's when I see All Might, when he's facing someone, like the enemies see him as pretty much like a Superman. Everybody sees him as a Superman, but he isn't a Superman. He's not invincible. He has a set time limit in which he can do things. And when he sees an event, he has to decide, is it worth his time, or he's not going to be able to continue, he can't continue on to the next villain. He has to make a decision for that day. And just I love the idea that he is the most overpowered person. But not only is he slowly getting weaker, but just erase that, is the fact that he has a huge weakness. And even if the villain isn't aware of that, it's like constantly going back in the head. And the fact that All Might continues this appearance. He continues his appearance knowing he makes everyone see him as Superman, even though he's not Superman. He is just basically a ticking time bomb, and once that goes off, he's done. As well as I also love him because he's a full-blown American. When I first when I first joined the Marine Corps, I still remember when I first got told I was coming to Okinawa, Japan, and what I would do with me and all my buddies, we'd go up to each other and be like, "Oh, come on," and we'd do all the stereotypical anime Japanese kind of the bow or all just a bunch of jokes, at first, and then watching My Hero Academia, I see All Might, this full blown American, gets to come to Japan, and if you watch, he does literally so many female characters, stereotypical anime things, and it just has me dying each time. As a good portion every time he tries to get Deku's attention, he does some stereotypical Japanese anime thing, and it has me dying each time. I love how he does that, and that's why he's my favorite character, is because he's not just this original OG series Toshiki Kai from Cardfight Vanguard. He's not a Superman. He's not this character who's not main character status, but a character that comes in, wrecks shit, and that's it. He has a character. He's a part of the story. He's relevant. And that's why I like All Might. If I had a quirk, I would kind of a quirk that involves illusions. But not just where, boom, I can make a slice of pizza appear, but kind of reverse. I can take a slice of pizza and I can make it into an illusion. And the reason I got this idea was Dungeons and Dragons. I was looking through and trying to build a character, and I saw that the wizard class goes through many different schools, and one of the schools that stood out to me was the illusionary magic school, and I loved reading it because I found out how you can actually make yourself the most broken character in your party with illusionary magic. You may not be the strongest at first, but once you reach level 15 in Dungeons and Dragons, if you are an illusionary mage, you get the ability to make any of your illusions become reality for 15, for a short period of time. I don't know what the time period is by heart, but I started thinking about it. I was like, imagine if you can make an illusion of like a nail or a knife and throw it at your opponent, and the moment that it enters their head, you make it physically manifest. So taking that into consideration, where you can literally make anything you touch into an illusion, and then by deactivating your ability, that becomes a reality. Imagine that being a quirk, where I can basically grab a shit ton of knives, throw all the knives, and make like a couple of them illusions. So if my opponent tries to block them, they'll go straight through anything they block with, and then make them return to their natural state once the daggers are pretty much in them, for pretty much instant brain death. Or if someone's about to get shot, or the enemy has someone in a grasp, I can grab an ally and make him into a physical illusion. Therefore, my opponent cannot harm nor touch him. It'd be a great way to not only deal with villains offensively, but dealing with civilians defensively, because you can turn an entire group of people that you're trying to save into illusions. So debris, fire, or explosions, or anything that is relevant to the enemy's superpower or the destruction around them can't affect them, because they are nonetheless just simply illusions. So that would be my quirk. If I had a stand, what my stand would be from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, my stand would be known as Perfect Life. That is the name I came up with it, and here is the stand's abilities. The ability is Foresight. Now, the reason why I call it what the fuck did I just call it? Whatever. I'll look back in this video. I didn't come up with a true fucking set name for it, but I think it was True Life. True Life. Because it has the ability to see into the future. And I would like that ability because if you think about it, so think of a straight line, and that is the time. And at one point, there's you, and you activate the ability to foresee the future, and you're about to pull a gun on this dude and shoot him, right? But the bullet goes right. So using True Life, my bad, you look into the future, and you see the bullet go right. So therefore, you turn the gun to the left. But then if you activate True Future's ability again, you will then see that the bullet goes very far left. So by using the ability again, you turn the bullet. You just basically continue using the ability until you reach the perfect future, the perfect life that you wish to extend. But the thing is, you'd think it would be a huge drawback because you would have to activate the ability multiple times. That'd be like, say if there's a time limit of 5 seconds, you have to activate it again and again and again and again. But here's how the ability can be broken. It will always show you the future that you want. And here's why. If you have a straight line and you are at that point and you activate True Future and you see your future, you then change your future. So here's your point, here's a 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 point. If you use the ability here, and then use the ability here, and then use the ability here, and here, and here, and continue using it, at some point in time, you have seen your true future. So therefore, technically speaking, if you use True Future, you can predict your future, which your future will end with the perfect one. You don't have to deal with all the time gap in between, because you're seeing the point and time that is relevant to the actions that you will take. So therefore, if I would have a stand, I would like the stand True Life. So the Perfect Life, or whatever the fuck I named it, because I feel like at any situation it could be, I can activate the ability and always come to the perfect setup that I want in life. It could, like, something stupid, like flicking a penny in the right direction and causing someone to trip and die. You never know. It's just as bizarre adventures, so it's just a shame. But yeah, there you go. There's my talk about My Hero Academia and, what my stand was. And I'm kind of tired, it's like 10 in the night, so I'm in this video now, so thank you guys for watching. It's great talking to you guys. I know it's gonna be weird, seeing 2 videos back to back. So, totals, I guess. Bye.